Last week we started a drawing of a landscape. Who remembers what a landscape is? What is a landscape? Sawyer, what is a landscape? Okay, out in the forest. What do we call the forest? Is it inside or outside? Outside. So remember, a landscape is a picture of a large area outside. Let's talk about painting. So first of all, we started with a sketch of this woods and the trees beyond. And you're right, that is a landscape. It's a picture of a large area outside. And then what we did was we took some different colors, purple, green, orange, blue, and we used those colors to create a design of grass, flowers, the leaves hanging down from the trees, just like the David Hockney painting, The Forest for the Trees. Thumbs up if you remember all of that. So, when we are ready to paint, we know that because our painting, please don't talk while I'm talking, our painting, which isn't a painting yet, our drawing should look like this. Now, you will also remember, hopefully, that I said the reason why we're doing the crayon first is because wherever we draw with crayon, the watercolor will not go because crayon resists the watercolor paint. It's waterproof. So anywhere on here where I've colored or drawn with a crayon, my paint won't go there. And that's why we also had to take special care to leave spaces in between our crayon marks because we want some space left over where the watercolor can go. If I just colored all this in with the crayon, would the watercolor be able to go there? No. All right, well, let's test it. So what I've got, and you should be able to see, is I've got a cup of water, I've got my watercolor paints, I've got my painting, which is ready to be painted on. Your painting is not ready until you finish the crayon drawing design. Thumbs up if you understand that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some washes. A wash is a color that's mixed with a lot of water. And we always start with a wash because we want our first colors to be lighter. We can always go darker with watercolor. But once we put a dark color down, if we make a mistake, can we take a pencil and erase it? No. No. Okay. So the first thing that we got to do is we got to get our paints ready to paint. So I'm going to move my water over here, and I'm just going to add water with my brush. I'm not trying to stir or mix. I'm just taking my brush, I'm dipping it in the water, and I am adding water to my paints. Now, I'm not going to touch black. You're not going to touch black. We're not going to use black in our paintings this time. We're using bright colors. We're also not going to touch brown because there's no brown in David Hockney's painting. There's dark greens, there's purples, there's oranges, and there's reds, but there's no brown. Okay, or black, correct. Now, I've got water in my, these are called ovals because they're shaped like an oval. They're also called oval pans. Let me move this up a little bit. Can you see that a little bit better now? All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a color, and I'm going to mix a custom color. A custom color is when you put two colors in one of these trays. Do you see how there's these lines here? These lines keep your colors from all mixing together. And you'll see I've got like a blue here, I've got like a green here, I've got like a brownish color here, orange, purple. Well, we don't want all those colors to all mix together, do we? No, because then we won't have our colors separate and nice to use our picture. So what we want to do is we want to use those dividers to mix a custom color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of green, and every time that you switch colors, remember you rinse and wipe just like we did with the other kind of paints. And I'm going to take a little bit of blue to make kind of like a turquoise color. I want a bright turquoise color. All right, now, turquoise is like a bluish green, like the ocean. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I've made this wash by adding a lot of water. And the way you add water is you just dip your brush in the water and then you put it in the color. And every time that you dip your brush in the water, you're adding a few more drops of water to it. And pretty soon you've got a big puddle of wash. So I'm going to start by painting the ground. And I'm just going to go right over my crayon drawing. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit because I want you to notice how wherever I've put crayon, and by the way, I don't want to paint this color inside my trees, do I? No, we're going to use a different color for that. We're going to use a different color. So I'm being very careful. Am I going very fast or very slow? Very slow. And anywhere that I've drawn with a crayon, do you see what's happening to the watercolor? Do you see that? Let me focus it. It's not fading. That was my iPad going out of focus. Wherever I put the paint where a crayon is, the watercolor cannot go. It's resisting. It's pushing the water off of my picture. Pretty neat, huh? And when you get your painting back and you start to paint today, you'll see it even better. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm just going along with this color. And I might layer some darker color on top of this later. We always start with a light wash first to fill in our area, and then we go on top of it. It's called layering. Whenever you put one color on top of another, it's called a layer. All right. If I run out of my color that I've mixed, see, look, I ran out. It's all dry there. What do you think I should do? Make some more. So I'm going to get some more green. And then I'm going to rinse and wipe. Actually, you don't even need to wipe. You just go like this. And I'm going to get some more blue. And then I'm going to add more water, just like I did before. And I'm going to go right back to painting on my merry ways. Does your painting have to be perfect? No. No, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you make a mistake, just keep painting and see if you can use your brains on how to figure out how to fix it. Like, oops, I just painted blue on that tree. Oh no, my painting's ruined. I should just throw it in the trash. No, could I figure out a way to fix it? Yeah. David Hockney, did he use realistic colors in his picture? No, he didn't use realistic colors. Let's look at his picture for a minute. Let's put it back up on the screen so we can see. Look at that. He's got purple trees. He's got orange trees. He's got red trees. So maybe this tree here that I painted on, that I got blue on, well, maybe what I do is I just make it a blue tree. Why not? I can do that. I can do that. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe that's just what I'll do. It's just a painting. All right, I want to make one more custom color, and then I'm going to give you guys back your drawings so you can finish drawing. And then you guys are going to actually get your own materials today. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to take some red, and I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to take some purple, and I'm going to put it in my red. And I'm going to use this color for some, not all of my trees. So I'm just going to go over this tree. Because I remember the David Hockney painting had some purple trees. And you know what? I really like those purple trees. So I want to have some purple trees in my painting, please. No. Oh, no. Oh, I'm using all my computers together, guys. All my computers are connected. And maybe this little skinny one right here is purple too. Look at that. What do you think? Pretty nifty neato? Okay. All right. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop painting right now. And I think you guys know how to finish the painting on your own. And I'm going to pass back your drawing. Finish the drawing first.